Get your earplugs out and strap yourself in for another great New Zealand Land Rover Series 1 trip. This year we're heading off to the Manawatū to a camp near Rangiwahia. For the Wellington crowd it's a casual 3-hour drive north, but for the Auckland crew it's a solid 8-hour slog south. My wife was not so keen to spend 8 hours driving south in our 1955 Series 1, so kindly offered to take her own Land Rover south as a support vehicle. We stopped at the 2-hour mark to meet up at Rangiwahia for a break, with me grabbing a fuel stop at Tikawiti. Lunch was a picnic area just north of Tamanui and another comfort stop at Tangawai as we pressed on south to fill jerry cans and taiapi, as we're not passing any other fuel stops for the next couple of days.
In 300 metres, you will arrive at your destination.
We found our way to our home for the next couple of days at the Rangiwahia base camp, and it was great to see the crew again, many of whom we'd not seen since Tamanui at the same time last year.
For those who haven't met them, I'd like to introduce our host for the weekend is Hamish. Oriel, is that right? Oriel? Oriel. And the rest of the family, is it?
Yes. Yeah, some of the kids.
Alright, so you're all yours.
Cool. Excellent, thank you. Welcome to everyone. We're pretty excited about having you guys here, probably just as excited you guys being here. Pretty cool weekend that you got going on. Yeah. So
we're getting away probably about 8 tomorrow morning. I've told you.
He's dreaming.
Wait till the bell rings, you'll know.
And
yes, the cowbells.
Yep. So we'll see how we go from there.
We have to be out on Monday if we're at the stage on Monday.
That's alright, take your time.
Yeah.
No, don't give him any. You have to be gone by at least 10.
It's okay.
Kenny can stay, but you.
It's okay.
Questions?
A question? I got a question.
Yeah.
Are these all your children?
Yes, they are. With the exception of Ava. Ava is one of our close family friends. She's staying with us at the moment, and we're really delighted to have her with us.
I got ringing then, have you?
Yeah,
How many children you got there?
I have 10, but 8 of them are here.
What's the age?
Our oldest is 20, and our youngest is 3.
Oh, there's a second part to it, Shane.
One of our team arrived a bit later with a massive tent to erect, complete with instructions. Saturday dawned clear and cool as we gathered outside the camp kitchen for our trip briefing of the day.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Leon.
Morning, Leon. Okay, the plan for today, we're going to, well, the weather's held off, so by theory, Takapara Road should be okay within the first 3 or 4, 5 vehicles. You can probably try and do that, but make sure you don't go too far because you're going to go over the edge type thing.
And that's a bad thing.
That's probably a bad thing, yeah.
They do ask that we respect their tracks.
Oh yeah, now he said, he asked us when we're driving through a property, there's no hoons among you, is there? And he actually asked about 3 times.
Yeah, he's here somewhere, isn't he?
So if there's any hoons here, could you raise your hand? Well, lucky you haven't got a vehicle. You know, watch this guy, you're going to put a block under his accelerator pedal. Specifically said no hoons. So I assured him that we're a group of non-hooning. Non-hooners, or kahooners or whatever. Alright, so then after that we're heading back to Apiti. So we're booked in at 7 o'clock for dinner.
Still down at the cabin, yeah.
Rosie! Anyway, just the 2 girls need a seat. Any volunteers?
I've got a spare area. I want to jump in any time during the weekend, so if you want to swap.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, between Steve or yourself and one comes with me, so, and Harvey, so that's all right.
We've got 8 spare seats.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, John.
Nice.
So that's kind of today's layout. Oh, those just to catch up. Those who knew Mike Andrews from previous runs, he passed away in
October, I think it
about
was.
October last year. Yeah. So
Had the fawn coloured.
yeah, the fawn coloured is Mike and Sandra. We took him off to the he rode in the back of his Series 1 to the Crawley Cemetery, and we had 5 other Series 1s behind him. Yeah. Move out of here. You want to lead, or do you want me to lead? Or I'm just trying to think of your order. We're going up Takapara Road. One of us stay back with the team. The other one go maybe with maybe Kevin. Are you? We want to put 2 vehicles just up the track, just when we stop, just to see what that slip's like. So if you're
Slippery.
keen to go up with either myself,
I've got a
or
roll
Doug.
bar.
That's the track.
The morning's activity was to head south over Low Ridge to the Makiki River, then south down the Pahinga Valley Road down to Takapari. The usual chaos ensued, with folks not stopping at intersections to wait for the vehicle behind, and we soon had chunks of our party heading in all different directions, but we eventually all met up and headed up the hillside. While we were waiting for the rest of the crew to catch up the Takapari Road intersection, I noticed an old overgrown house. This turned out to be the old Delaware Flats post office. There was some talk at this morning's briefing for me to follow Doug up the hill to see if the track was suitable for 24 pre-1958 vintage Land Rovers, but I was stuck behind the convoy and not able to get to the front until we reached the edge of the bush.
Channel 15? Yeah, I've been calling, so you obviously haven't heard. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
You said that you're going to stay here though?
Yeah, I'm staying here. Doug's gone on with Paul to check the track. Yeah, because the plan was that you were going to come through the convoy.
Yeah, I couldn't get to the front.
No, but I was calling out to you to say that I'd hope we're here so that you could catch us up. But at that point,
By the time we'd reached the edge of the bush, Doug had already shot up the track with Paul to check out the conditions ahead.
4 or 5 metres across and really muddy. Over. So you and Paul got through okay? Roger, but it's, Paul's going to come up and have a look as well, but I think it's probably still a no-go. Over.
The report came back that the track was impassable and that Paul had slid off the edge, so I was dispatched to assist with the recovery. "24 vintage Land Rovers up this track? In reality, many of the vehicles on these trips are valuable museum pieces, to which the owners have invested heavily. It also became evident on the Wanaka trips that many had never driven off-road before." By the time we got up to their location, Doug had Paul hitched up to his winch and recovered him from the track, so Paul could back down the greasy slope.
Come down again. Down onto the Leon. Down onto the Leon over. Okay, now. I think there's really on the 40 and off up here at the top today. It's pretty limited to have any more what. And now on the way up.
Stop! You're on the road. You're on the road.
Monitor the parking and rearrange it, so yeah, carry on.
Am I still on it?
Yeah, John, you will come on up, so, and then we'll be down for half an hour again anyway.
Do you want to have a go driving? Yeah. So you're going to drive, or do you want me to put this back on? You can go straight ahead, yeah. Yeah, so would you be able to back your way back out that one? Just taking it real slowly, really slowly. What tyre pressures you got?
25.
How much? 25?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is it turning at all or not? Where Paul had slid sideways, it was not the major hurdle, which I checked out a bit further up the track. A bypass track had been cut up through the bush, but that had scoured out badly with a large soft section at the base. The main track had a large hole with a near vertical climb out. I suggested just getting a few vehicles up through this section alone would take most of the morning. To be fair, we're not even close to getting to the A-frame hut for morning tea. From our turnaround point, it was about 6 kilometres as the crow flies to the ridge, with an additional 3 kilometres along the ridge top to the hut. Although we failed to reach our goal, there's no doubt a few of us will return when the mud cracks to give it another go, as you can only imagine the view on a clear day this high on the top of the Ruahine Ranges. So we turned our muddy landies around and bumped our way back down the track to meet up with the rest of the crew, finishing off their morning tea. So off to our next destination, Luttrell's Garden and Museum at Pahangana for lunch. Not too difficult, just follow the valley road south and turn right after crossing the river. Yeah, right. Churchill Road used to link up with our afternoon's destination of Ngāpatahi Station, but Cyclone Gabriel took the bridge out. We called in for a photo shoot at Total Reserve, but again someone didn't wait at the intersection and half the crew overshot the turnoff, so we lost 15 vehicles for a while.
The group that was here has just moved off. I saw the last one go over.
Alright, so we're mobile. Ready now, over.
Our lunch stop today is Luttrell's Gardens and Museum along Pahangana Road. This is a private collection of historical, industrial and horticultural items, along with the Manawatū's largest remaining stand of Kaikatea, New Zealand's tallest growing native tree.
Go right round the outside, it takes you about 25 minutes. Walk right the way round. Yeah. And you can go wherever you like, do whatever you like, as long as it's respectful. Any questions, ask me or Tim.
And wait on the corners for the next person following.
Yeah.
From Luttrell's we went all the way up the back and gone on dusty trails with great views out over the valley we just travelled down. This part of New Zealand is like a giant unmade bed, with waves of valleys travelling north to south, which are successive fault lines that have been forced up and crushed together on the edge of the Pacific and Australian plate. I've visited many telecommunications high sites in this region over the years, and it's easy to become confused on which valley you're in. We popped out the southern end of Zigzag Road and headed back north, past Luttrell's Garden again to carry on to Ngāputāhi Station.
They specialise particularly in hardy cattle and hardy sheep, but I'll let Angus explain what that means.
Yeah, we came here in 1999. We've got 2,000 hectares here. We're basically running 6,000 Romney ewes and 600 Angus cows plus all replacements. So at the peak of the season here there'd be, we dock about 160%, so at the peak there's probably 18,000 sheep here and about 1,500 cattle. We try not to drench and we try not to dip animals, so we're trying to get an animal that's can survive on its own merit without having all the anthelmintic drenches and the dips and that. So,
Right, so if you lead the way,
yep.
we have a
I'm not being rude here talking over our host, as what he had to say about their animal breeding program I found too fascinating to cut out, but may not be so interesting to car enthusiasts, so I'll be uploading his full presentation as a separate video on this channel. If you are at all interested in the future of New Zealand farming, I strongly urge you to check it out.
FOMO.
Yeah. They are very fat.
I smell the mint sauce already. this is right. See the different layers of sediment in the rock here. Top gear. They went right.
In case you haven't picked it up, the long wheelbase Land Rover has a turning circle of a container vessel, so have some difficulty negotiating tight farm gateways.
Hope so.
Not quite in. Take two. Well, more if you want. It's the edge of the world here, is it? Looks like the edge of the world.
That's the end of the world, yeah.
Edge of the world. None of this is going to hit you, eh?
Have more than one if you want it.
We're going to him.
You want one?
Stage fright.
Yeah, but they'll let you go.
Right.
So we basically where that bush is over there, that big bush block, our boundary fence hooks up the side of the first bit of bush you can see on the far right. We hook up round over the top of that first ridge to the second ridge back, and then back down round below that ridge that goes all the way down to the BI Creek. We go all the way down to those pine trees.
And that's the whole lot. It's not quite a fisheye, but it's pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that a Land-Rover under that grey tarp on the right hand side of the house?
From Ngāpatahi Station we continued north along Pahangia Road to Utawai, where we turned west over Makura Road to Apathy for our evening meal. After getting lost a few times, 10 hours on the road and 140 kilometres later, we made it to the Apiti pub, an hour early for dinner. Time for a well-deserved beer, I suspect. So tomorrow, all you have to look forward to is more stunning New Zealand backroad scenery of old Land Rovers on dusty roads with more whining gearboxes. What more could you ask for?